U.S. stocks are drifting to begin what could be a quiet stretch following several weeks of gains. The S&P 500 was virtually unchanged in Monday morning trading. The Dow Jones Industrial Average was basically flat. Meanwhile, the Nasdaq Composite was up 0.1%. Some of the sharpest action was in the oil market, where crude rose after Saudi Arabia said that it would cut back production in hopes of boosting its price. The S&P 500 is close to ending the day 20% above where it was in mid-October, and if it does, that would mark the end of its bear market. Well, joining us now to give us his take on the state of the markets is Mr. Thomas Caldwell, chairman of Caldwell Securities Ltd. Mr. Caldwell, welcome back to Forum Daily.
Thank you, Nima.
Now, the markets seem to be flatlining or trading within a range. Why do you think that is, Mr. Caldwell?
Well, the range has been almost 6 months. It's been moving up and down within this narrow band. But if you look at the background, there's degrees of uncertainty. There's the Ukrainian situation. How's that going to work out? Is that war going to end? Whatever. There's interest rates. You have governments talking about, oh, do we raise interest rates further? Is the economy stronger? Not. You've got this election going on. There's enough stuff in the background that are causing concern, whether it be in energy prices or government policies or the lack thereof. And there was lots of discussion about this debt ceiling, which there is every time it comes up. It always is resolved. So you had enough to sort of mute the enthusiasm and even mute the pessimism. But so it's been skating sideways for quite a period of time. And I think that's that general angst in the background have been part of the cause of that.
A lot of factors contributing to these market numbers here. So where do you see things going in the near future?
Well, I'm an old trader, and to me, I find there's only one constant in the investment business, and that is inflation. It is a permanent fact of life. Whatever that number happens to be, and remember, governments always lie about it. It was never 2% when they said 2%. So in my opinion, the only way I can protect my clients and myself from inflation is owning stuff, whether that be real estate, whether it be a house, and whether it be equity. So I tend to lean to the equity side. So when I have long, flat, dry periods, I see that as an opportunity to mobilize capital and position for the next uplift. Again, as you probably note, I have some white hair. Well, I have all white hair. I don't have anything else but white hair. But when I came into the investment business, the Dow was at 600. It's now at what, 34,000. So that means every downdraft was an opportunity. Every flat period was an opportunity. So I just see it as an opportunity to position for the next uplift. And that is going to come at some point in time here. Maybe some miracle in the U.S. elections. I don't know, but there'll be something happen. We're going to get this lift.
All right, Mr. Caldwell. So for investors already in the markets right now, what sort of advice would you be giving them in terms of how to move forward amid the state of the markets right now?
Well, if you're in the market already, always people say, oh, I'll deploy cash, but most people are invested already. I would, one of our old traders used to say, don't get faked out and don't get faked in. If you're in the market, if you like the stuff you're doing, just ride with it. I'm very heavy in the energy, for example, Canadian energy and U.S. financials. And that group has come down this year to some degree. That doesn't faze me at all because the fundamentals are still going to support me. So I would say if you're in, take a look at what you've got if you're happy with it, but I would be inclined to hang in, but don't get faked out of this market because if you saw the other day, that Dow went up 700 points on Friday. It shows you the potential and the money, the astronomical amount of money there is sitting on the sidelines. Right now, it's all focused on the tech stocks, but it can broaden out beyond that and have big impact.
All right, Mr. Caldwell. Now, as you mentioned, south of our border, we have an election that the U.S. is preparing for, the 2024 election. What are your thoughts on this upcoming election and how it might impact the markets moving forward?
Well, I really think Mr. Biden and Mr. Trump should pay each other a royalty because that's the only way one of them is going to get in is because of the opponent. If somehow they slipped a normal person in on one side or the other, that normal person would win. So I kind of get the feeling, and by the way, this is not scientific thing, but I have this gut feeling that something's going to happen. We just are not going to see a replay of the Biden-Trump soap opera. I think it would be good to see someone else or some two else in there to get to a period of calm and building and sanity type of thing. So it'll be interesting to see. But between now and then, we're going to have all the rhetoric, Mr. Trump attacking everybody in sight. and Mr. Biden, pretending he has all his marbles. So but frankly, they are equal dependent on each other. They're codependent. I don't know any other candidates who are going to have a chance at it yet, but I get the feeling something's going to happen, whether somebody has a stroke or a heart attack or falls down the stairs. But you'd like to see relief that we're not going to have same old, same old. But let me put it this way. Nobody likes Trump. Trump is a very, very unpleasant personality. He's whatever. There's all kinds of words you can use. But, he wasn't a bad president. And he deregulated. He created a lot of jobs. And by the same token, Biden hasn't been that bad as a president either. Both of them are spending money like drunken sailors. That has got to stop. They've got to get to some fiscal sanity. But so we're going to have the same soap opera for the next couple of months. But I have this nagging feeling something different is going to happen.
Definitely something to keep our eyes on. Mr. Caldwell, thank you again for joining us today on Forum Daily.
Thank you, Nima.
Stay with us. We'll be right back.